heading into the season of cozy sweaters, bonfires, and spooky stories. Our next guest is here to shine a spotlight on the bewitching new shows and movies that promise to send a chill down your spine. I'm happy to welcome back Chris Woolsey, Senior Director of Communications for Crackle TV. Chris, it's always wonderful to see you.
Always a pleasure to be here. Oh my gosh, the highlight of my month. Thank you for having me.
Well, October is my time to shine. I am a horror fan of horror fans. Can you tell me a little bit about some Crackle original horror movies that we can expect to see from you guys this month?
Yes, we have a doozy. One of my favorites. So I'm like you, I'm a horror fan junkie, but one of my favorite genres is the zombie film. And we have a Crackle original zombie film to beat the band. It is so great, called The Clearing. And this is starring Ian McIntyre from Spartacus, the series. And he and his daughter go on a camping trip. He has a young teenage daughter. They're trying to reconnect. He wakes up in the RV the first morning in this clearing where they've camped, and his daughter is nowhere to be found. When he walks out into the clearing to look for her, a woman comes running out who looks at him and screams, "Run," only to see hundreds of zombies come pouring out of the woods into the clearing. And he has to get back into the RV, barricaded against the zombies, and then figure out a plan on how to find and rescue his daughter. Wow. It is awesome.
It sounds awesome. I'm going to have to write that one down. Definitely be checking that one out. And you guys have quite a few famous Halloween movies. Can you tell me some of those?
Yes. So we have an iconic horror directors channel this month, and we have some of my all-time favorites. The one that started it all, the original 1978 Halloween starring Jamie Lee Curtis.
Such a good movie.
I mean, such a great film. And I was doing some research on the film before I was going to talk to you, and I found some very funny things. So did you know, I did not, that Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, was a PA on Halloween? Which is crazy.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So he said the only thing he remembers doing is they shot, it was supposed to be Illinois in the fall, but they shot it in Burbank in the spring. So they had to buy bags of paper leaves to throw on the lawns. And he said, all I remember is John Carpenter yelling at me to throw the leaves faster the entire movie.
The magic of TV, I'll tell you.
So funny. But we have Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, the George Romero classics. We have Wes Craven's Summer of Fear, which was one of his earlier films. So if you have a favorite horror director, chances are they are on the iconic horror channel this spooky season on Crackle.
And you guys also have, Forensic Files, which is, an all-time favorite TV show. And what are some other kind of like killer TV shows that you guys have?
Yes, so we have the Killer TV channel. So if you want all the scares without the monsters, we've got you covered there too. My favorite is probably Cruise Ship Killers.
Oh.
So this is a reenactment show about true murders that take place on cruise lines. So let these be cautionary tales if you're going to be doing an Alaskan cruise this winter.
And that is actually very timely because we've been hearing about some fishy stuff going on. So definitely have to check that one out. And now, for those who are not the biggest horror fans in the world, do you have anything for them?
We've got you covered. Crackle always has a slew of great action films. This month is no different. We've got a super fun buddy comedy called Gridlocked, and that's starring Dominic Purcell and Cody Hackman. Dominic Purcell was from Prison Break, Cody Hackman from Tagged Out, and it's kind of a throwback to the 80s buddy cop movies like Lethal Weapon. And Cody Hackman plays this snotty actor that runs afoul of the law and has to go on ride-alongs with Dominic Purcell, who is this grizzled police officer. Ends up they run into a group of corrupt policemen who besiege the precinct where they're at in order to get these bonds that are being held there. Super fun. We've got another one, Point Blank, which is actually a French action film.
Okay.
And it's basically a French Taken. So if you like the movie Taken, this is very similar. A man's pregnant wife gets kidnapped, and they're holding her hostage. and Gil Lelouch, who's a huge TV actor in France, has to go rescue his wife. It is really great, very taut. The action is fantastic, and I think your fans are going to love it.
Yeah, you guys always bring, the best of the best, and this month is very special. And these are all free. It's a free streaming platform, Crackle.com, and then you can also download it on the Apple Store, Android, wherever you can get it. Chris, thank you so much.
Apple Store, you got it. Thank you, and always a pleasure. We'll see you soon.
Yes, always a pleasure.